And what was it about the biggest games that really brought out the best in you, especially 2010 production you had here? Overall, your whole career was great in the playoffs. What was it about that kind of stage?
I don't know. I wish I had a clear-cut answer. I don't think anybody can explain why it happens that way, why certain players come out that way, and why other players it doesn't work so well. I've been fortunate. I guess I was at the right place at the right time, and I wish I had throughout my career I've been asked that question a lot, and I wish I had a more clear-cut, defined answer, but I can't exactly put my finger on it. But it was also something that I'm very proud of, and that I really enjoy doing. I know when the game was on the line, I wanted to be the guy that was going to make the play. I wanted to have the puck. I wanted to find a way to make it happen. And that became tougher as your role as you get older, and you're not one of the go-to guy anymore on the team, but you still feel like you can do it in that one special moment. It became tough, when you're sitting on the bench and you're watching other guys. I guess it's the competitive side that I just wanted to be the guy making the plays, and I learned a lot of that. I remember from Chris Drury when I showed up in Buffalo. That's kind of just watching him handle himself, and he was known earlier in his career from being a guy that could make it happen when it was demanded almost. And I learned a lot from him just on how he prepared and how he wanted to be the guy making a difference every chance. And that's kind of the attitude I adopted when we were in a shootout, when we were at the end of the game and we needed a goal, or if we were in overtime in a playoff game. I was constantly telling myself on the bench, I'm going to make the difference. I'm going to be the guy making the difference. And when you believe it, for some reason, a lot of time it happens.
Danny, you talked about the motivation over the years because, in part, people, did not feel that you had the makeup to be an NHL player. You wanted to prove people wrong. Was there any one episode like that, or a player, or GM, or coach, or anybody who maybe said something that really resonated to say, I'm going to prove him wrong?
There's many of them that I remember when I was playing juniors in Drummondville. There was a few articles, and I don't want to go back on who said them, but on NHL executives or experts, ex-players that had made some comments and had seen me play, and saying most of the people all said that it was too small, too fragile to play in the NHL, and I had a lot of those cut-ups in my room. I had a little box that I kept by my bed that I anytime things would get tough a little bit, that I would open and read and keep up, and that was kind of my motivation at the time to prove them wrong.
Paul, you signed Danny that summer. It was a big free agent class, and you were part of that as well. How big of a motivator was that to get Danny here?
Well, we were high-fiving pretty much that day. Once we got word that Danny was heading our way, we were extremely excited. Thinking back, Gomez was an option, Drury was an option, and the guy we kind of spent most of our time on was Danny. And to get him that day, I remember when he came in a few days later and he sat in my office and he thanked me, and I think I said, no, thank you for coming. Remember the year before was a tough year for the Flyers, and I think signing Danny that day back in 2007 kind of turned things around for us almost immediately heading into that next season.
Well, good morning, everyone. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you for attending, for showing up this morning. It means a lot. today, as you're well aware, I am announcing my retirement from playing in the NHL. It's been a great ride. I've been very, very fortunate all those years to play for so long and to play for so many wonderful organizations. But fortunately, it's the end of the road for my playing days. One of the reasons why I decided to do it here in Philadelphia is because I had some of my best memories here. The bulk of my career was played here and in Buffalo. It's home to me and my family. The boys are going to school here, so I felt very comfortable with that, and also getting the help from all the Flyers staff in setting this up. There's a few thank yous that are in order that I'd like to spend a few minutes just naming a few. I'd like to start off with my parents, obviously, for all the money and the sacrifices that they've done to give me the chance to play hockey growing up. My sister was stuck chasing me in the rink and spending a lot of times in the rink, so it wasn't always easy for her, but a big thank you to her and her family for all those years. All my friends, I've made a lot of friends growing up and playing hockey all over the world. Even during the lockout, I still have some friends that are in Berlin, some friends that are in Switzerland. They know who they are, the people that I constantly text with back and forth, that were there in the good times and the bad times, that are always there for me, supporting me throughout my career. A huge thank you to them. I want to say thank you to the 5 organizations that I've had the chance to play with in the NHL. And they're all very special in their own way. There's all something a little special with all of them. The Coyotes, the Buffalo Sabres, the Colorado Avalanche, Montreal Canadiens, and obviously the Philadelphia Flyers here. I personally want to thank, because it was probably the biggest decision of my career when I decided to join the Flyers. The biggest and the toughest as well, but one that I certainly don't regret. And I want to thank Mr. Snyder, Paul Holmgren here in the front with me, and Peter Luco for trusting in me when I joined the Flyers. All the coaches, staff, and the teammates that I've had along the way. I've had great friendships, and memories with a lot of them. So I thank all of them for being there and supporting me and my teammates and my teams throughout all these years. The fans throughout the hockey world, the people that support us. I'm a big hockey fan. I love the game. I still do. Even as when I was a player, I still considered myself a fan. I loved watching games in between, especially playoff hockey. That's the best time of the year, but because of those fans, it makes us the chance to be athletes and earn a living playing a game that we all love so much. I want to thank the ladies in my life. There's not a lot. I'm stuck with 3 boys at home, but there's a few ladies around. First of all, my fiance Misha, who's been a rock for me the past 4 years. My ex-wife Sylvie, who's a big part of my career, especially the first half. And also Kirsten, who's been helping me with the kids the past few seasons. Without her, I wouldn't have been able to go out and play. Without any of those 3 ladies, especially, I wouldn't have been able to keep my career going the past couple of years. And the last 3 that have been my inspiration all those years, the reason why I kept going, I kept fighting, I kept pushing, I kept staying on the ice for more, going to the gym to be able to keep playing. My 3 boys that are in the back. So thank you, boys, for all your patience and being there without me the past couple of years. Thank you very much. So, like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of the game, and I in the future hope to stay involved somehow in the hockey world. Thank you very much for attending.
Danny, when you look back on 17 years, there are things that really stand out. Is there one moment, you know, to say this is something that tops me?
Like I said earlier, every organization there's a spark that's been special. But if I had to pick one moment is the 2-month stretch in 2010, our playoff push to the Stanley Cup Finals. You know, it was tough losing two wins away from achieving the ultimate dream, but that 2-month stretch, making the playoffs on a shootout on the last day of the regular season against possibly the best shootout goalie in the league, and taking that all the way down to 2 wins away from the Stanley Cup was the best 2 months of my career.
Danny, what was so special about Philadelphia? I mean, you're not doing this press conference in any other city. What is it about Philly that's so special to you?
It was a huge decision when I decided to join. I've always felt like it was the right decision. I felt at home all this time here. You know, the relationship with the organization, the staff, my teammates, the fans here has been amazing. And like I said, I come back here, and my off seasons have been spent here the past couple of years. It's home to our family, so those are all reasons why it's here in Philadelphia.